In 2009, I met this beautiful girl and we started talking. She's now my wife, but the first time I took Casey home to meet my family in Canton, Texas, we went out one night super late with some of my high school friends, and we got some ingredients that if you place them inside of a closed water bottle, that after a few seconds, that would explode and make a really loud noise. So we drove all around town of our small little hometown, and we threw these water bottles out the window and then just kept driving, and we would roll down the window and just listen for a pop that happened a few seconds later. Kids, please don't try this at home. We were very stupid. I was in the first stages of just getting to know this girl that I had my eye on, and I was testing her to find out if she was going to be my partner in crime or my conscience. And we have grown a lot in our understanding of a healthy relationship, and she is the perfect balance of both of those two things. And she will always be my ride or die. We all need a ride or die, those people who support us when we feel worthless, that cut us back down to size when our heads get too big. Friendship is one of the most fundamental parts of life. But why is that? Why do we need friends? The reason is that we were made in the image of God. Our God's essence is community. He has always infinitely existed within a community of Father, Son, and Spirit. And for an infinite amount of time before the universe even saw its first photon or molecule or star, our triune God, the great I Am, was there. And in John 17, Jesus prays this prayer to the Father. And he says, "You loved me even before the world began." See, this is a prayer from Jesus to the Father talking about the time before the universe was even created. And he says that it all started with love and community in the beginning, before time, when there was nothing else. There was friendship. Friendship was never created. There was never a time in which friendship was not, because from all eternity, the Father, Son, and Spirit were knowing and loving and delighting in each other. They were planning and talking and communicating with each other. Friendship is written into the source code of the cosmos. It's woven through the fabric of reality. That's why loneliness seems like such a deep emotion, because it affects us on a cosmic level. The reason he created all things and all reality as we know it was to multiply love and community and friendship on an epic scale. God's very essence is community. It's friendship. Think about this. When God creates Adam, the first human, made in the image of God, unblemished by sin, undefiled, and perfect, God immediately says, uh-oh, this isn't good. Adam's alone. Adam is lonely. So wait a minute. There's no sin in the picture yet. The fall hasn't even happened, but Adam is lonely. Loneliness is not a result of sin. Adam's lonely because he was made in the image of God. And therefore, since he was like God, he had to have community and friendship and someone to love and work with, someone to share and talk to. That's why friendship matters. But it's not easy to cultivate close, healthy friendships, especially as an adult. Do you have close, healthy friendships? Here are 3 signs of a healthy friendship. The first sign of a healthy friendship is selflessly motivational. John 15:13 says, "There is no greater love than to lay one's life down for one's friends." A real friend will be your biggest cheerleader. They will genuinely just want the best for you, even if that's not the best for them. This might mean that God is moving them into a place of leadership over you, or God moving you into a place of leadership over them. I think of David and Jonathan and their relationship from 1 Samuel. Jonathan loved David. Jonathan was the first in line to the throne of Israel. He saw that David had the favor of God in a way that he and his father didn't have. He did everything in his power to propel David to a place of leadership over him and all of Israel. The second sign of a healthy friendship is intimacy. Proverbs 17:17 says, "A friend is always loyal, and a brother is born to help in time of need." You cannot have a true friendship without intimacy. True friends know each other and are known by each other. If you can't share something with a friend that makes you look bad, then you don't have a true friend. Friendship is about opening ourselves up to be truly known. All of the ugliness and the brokenness, the parts of me that would get canceled in our world today. There's nothing more powerful than sharing a part of yourself with someone. And you know that that part of you is undesirable and unacceptable, and they just meet you with grace and understanding, and they love you anyway. I have friends like that. You have to risk it. You can't have a friendship without risking rejection. Intimacy in friendship means that friends don't just wait for their turn to talk. They actually listen. Henry Nouwen, the writer and theologian, said this about a true friend. He said, "When we honestly ask ourselves which person in our lives mean the most to us, we often find that it is those who, instead of giving advice, solutions, or cures, have chosen rather to share our pain and touch our wounds with a warm and tender hand. The friend who can be silent with us in a moment of despair and confusion, who can stay with us in an hour of grief and bereavement, who can tolerate not knowing, not curing, not healing, and face with us the reality of our powerlessness. That is a friend who cares." The third sign of a healthy friendship is honesty. Proverbs 27:5-6 says, "An open rebuke is better than hidden love. Wounds from a sincere friend are better than many kisses from an enemy." True friends watch our blind spots and tell us when we're drifting. The intention will always be for your betterment. It is painful when someone points out those areas in which we need to improve, and we're all prone to wander and drift. That's why we need good friends who hold us accountable. You have to accept your limits. You can't be everyone's friend. You can be everyone's Facebook friend, but the friendship that I'm describing in this talk can only realistically be achieved with 1 to 3 people. Jesus himself had 12 disciples, and only 3 of them were in his inner circle. You can be friendly with everyone, but you cannot be everyone's true friend. The more you try to be everyone's true friend, the more you will stunt the growth of your real friendships. So as you begin your discussion in your life group today, remember that the principle of community and friendship has always existed in our God, and he has invited us into this. We can start right now. Have a great discussion.